Uh-oh. Um, Hi guys. I didn't mean to start the stream then, but I accidentally clicked the start stream button. So, hi everyone. How are we? I hope we're good. The initial plan was to do a football manager stream right now. And then when I was trying to set up the stream and get it in OBS and get everything connected and stuff, it just decided to go for it. So I guess I'm streaming a little bit earlier than I expected, which is fun. How are we all? I hope we're very, very well. Um, yeah, this took me by surprise, but we're going to be doing a little bit of Football Manager in the stream, I think. A little bit of a chat about Coventry. We'll have a little bit of a natter. And I fully expect no one to hop in for a few minutes, purely because I, instead of scheduling this stream, started the stream. I'm such a silly goose. I didn't mean to be a silly goose, but the gooses be sillying, so it's fine. Let's hop over to the game screen, and we might as well get into things then, because it's been a day. It's been a hell of a day. Apologies if you're confused, by the way. Yes, this is a Real Betis shirt. Me and my brother have a tradition of when it comes to like birthdays and stuff, getting one another like a mystery football shirt box thing. In this specific instance, said mystery football shirt was a Real Betis shirt, which is very, very nice. It's like a really comfy one. Like Hummel really do good kits, and like I back them for that. Like, well done, guys. Good work. But we got Hull to face. We got Hull to ideally beat. So we're at home. Hull currently 7th in the league. Are they in decent form? Are they on bad form? Okay, they've won. Okay, it's okay. They've injured, but I think it becomes a Piru plays instead kind of job anyway. Aronson is on the slightly getting tired vibe, so I'll whack in Dan James instead. Dan James, who is currently recovering from an injury, so hopefully that doesn't turn into an issue. How long is he allowed to play? 75 minutes. Cool. 75 minutes for Dan James it is. And let's go for it. Let's have a good time. Hold on, let's check the rest of the team actually. Maybe not Gruev. Maybe Ampadu. And then Joe Redon as the other centre back. Works. Then Matt O'Reilly, who is on the tired side, that's fair enough, but we can make some changes around that and it'll all be completely fine. Let's submit the team, let's go. Let's have a good time. Because I accidentally started the stream early, I've not got the stream music open yet, which I'm gonna do now. YouTube music. With the incredible top tier copyright free slop that YouTube Music sometimes pushes out to you. And you're always sort of like, well, I mean, why is this what is being listened to? It's so I'm able to like keep these streams monetized. Because my entire goal, has that even started playing? Now it has. That's really loud. Yeah, my entire goal for the Football Manager streams is to earn enough from Football Manager in terms of ad revenue so I'm able to buy the next edition of Football Manager the next year. So I can just do these streams sustainably. And it works, in all fairness. Like, probably. I don't know. I've not actually done the maths, but it makes me feel more confident to say that it works. That's probably a better volume, I would say. Cool. Let's just beat Hull, shall we? And then we can be a little bit more comfy, a little bit more cozy, a little bit more happy. Let's encourage the boys. And they'll have a good time. We've had one shot on target all match. And Luton are now winning. Lads, can we do some attacking, please? What's going on here? Why have we got no energy? Why are we so turgid? Let's drop Dor in a bit then, and hope that Piru is able to do the same job. Because if he is, then we're doing very, very well for ourselves. It's going to be a fairly short stream as well. An hour at the most. Purely because I got fish and chips coming a little bit past 5. We having a chippy for tea. It's going to be good stuff. First time from a chippy in a long time. Largy cocks it up. Okay. First time for a long time that I'm like getting a chippy and actually getting fish and chips from said chippy. Normally I'm like a scampi guy, Sometimes I'm a chicken guy, sometimes I'm a burger guy. I'm very rarely a fish guy. But you know what? I've gone for some cod this time, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. James into Rodon, who plays it safe, I suppose, in an interesting way. Go, Mr. Ampadu. Let's work our way up the pitch. That ball there was a little bit too late. Didn't work out. Turgaman to Ramazani. Ramazani pushes it in for O'Reilly, who hits the post. Matt O'Reilly is getting firmly on my tits in this save. And the thing is, he's not even, like, an atrociously bad player. He's just mildly irritating me. I can't explain why. It's like, you know there's a bit more in there. But it's not coming out. And I don't know how to drag that out of him. Which is a shame. Aronson finishes that. Aronson probably does finish as that. That's the thing. Brendan Aronson in this game, genuinely quite good. Maybe giving you credit, go out there and put on a worthy display. They have given you a lot of credit, and currently we are not winning, which we kind of need to do. Piru, nicely stepped in. Now we just keep on going. James, I don't know if that was a through ball to himself, but it works out in the end, does it? Kevison. In the wide positions. Gives it to Valentin Gomez. Joe Rodon. Okay. Matt O'Reilly now. To Jaden Bogle. Matt O'Reilly back to Bogle. Into Ampadu. Turgaman. Come on. Let's actually score a goal. I felt like that would be it. That was not it. That didn't happen for us. O'Reilly out wide. Fired in. Bogle on target. Okay, we're getting to the point where they're actually having to, like, beat our chances away. Where the keeper's actually having to work. And work quite well. O'Reilly, I think. No, it's not, it's Piru. Piru? Okay. Score this then. That'll do. Is that all I have to do? Do I just have to ask the question and he'll do it? Is that how this works now? Very nice finish. Like, where's that Piru in the real world, huh? Where's Joel? Joel Piru. But he's not here. Which kind of sucks. How are we all feeling on Coventry, by the way? Because I keep looking at them and I keep thinking there's probably a reason that they've won the last 4. Are you fucking... Okay. Hello, Ricky. And you're probably looking at Coventry thinking, okay, so they're on a decent run of form. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I'm very, very confident after the win against Cardiff. But is that misplaced? Is that correctly placed? Am I doing the thing that Leeds fans do all the time and I'm just, like, discounting them for some reason? Is this the real score or not? What do you mean the real score? This up here is the Football Manager. Oh, feck. Everyone is injured or tired. No, this isn't the real match. How would I be showing the real match? It's not for another, like, 4 hours. Peru come off for Aronson. Yeah, why not? Everyone is so tired. We're in that bit of the season. No, thank you. That'll do it. And then Kevison's a bit nervous, but that's fine. We don't have to deal with that right now. Who else is really tired? Largy, a little bit. So we'll bring on Abdullah Bar. We've not got the best bench at the minute because everyone is exhausted. Which I'm going to call a bit of an issue. FM engine got better. That's the thing, right? FM has probably been delayed again. We're all over this now because, like, They said they were going to do a gameplay reveal in January. January is very obviously not here. Turgman, get in. But yeah, it's very obviously not January at the minute, which means that they're behind on at least one deadline. I'm getting convinced that they just don't do FM25. I think they're just going to go to FM26. I made a non-tweet. Oh, very nice. I will watch that one off stream because I'm not streaming through StreamYard right now. Right now I'm streaming through OBS, and that makes janking about with screens significantly tougher. So at a later stream I shall give that a watch. But through to Turgum, that's disgusting. That's ridiculous. We can just do that? Are we allowed to do that? Right, okay, now we're at the protect players stage. So Kevison, you can come off for Pascal. And Dan James probably would do well to come off because he was only meant to play 75 minutes. And I completely missed that it was the 85th minute. So Aronson's going to have to push out wide into the wing rather than the 10. And we're going to hope that that works. If you haven't yet, by the way, I'd hugely appreciate popping a like on the stream just to get it pushed out a touch. It's always a good time. And we'll bring more people into the glory that is Leeds United's promotion season in this alternative version of the world. In which Bristol City are on 82 points with 10 matches left of the season. But we're looking good. Turgman scoring twice is really nice. Shows that he's definitely there. Well done, nice win, absolutely. Who had a bad match? James, O'Reilly, Kevison were the only ones on sixes that played a decent amount of time. But that's a pretty damn good result. Bristol City played Oxford United. I'll be honest, I don't understand what's so good about this version of Bristol City. Let's sort by average rating. Mayulu's been ridiculous. I might steal him when we go up. No, because he's going to want to stay at Bristol City because they're going to get promoted. Who else is doing well? Tube, obvious. But I don't know why they're, like, playing that comfortably above their level. It's very odd. Baffles me. Drama suffers defeat against former club. You're damn right he does. Walter unhappy with rival defeat. They're not rivals. They just sort of exist. Turgman on form. Rima satisfied with the win. Unbeaten home run reaches 10. Not half bad, that is it? Not on telly. Bollocks. Yeah. It's one of those where... How do I phrase this? There will be ways and means of watching it. But the reason they're not showing it over here is... Why would I... No, obviously Shanghai Port can't have Dan James. No, obviously Shanghai Port can't have Pascal Strauch. What are we doing here? No. Yeah, sure, but I might delete the messages afterwards. I know I saw. Thank you very much on the Leeds Press. What is this 2011 with the Chinese bird? I know, it's like that's not happened to me in FM before, at any point. At no point have I been in the middle of February, end of February, sorry. And, like, Chinese clubs have basically gone, would you like quite a lot of money? I'd like quite a lot of money. I wouldn't like you to have my players, so let's not do this deal. Well, normally it's the Saudis that are the problem in this game, but who knows? There's talk of signing Rothwell for potentially playing back in the Premier League. What are you saying? I think that'd be wise if he has a good end to the season, and it does depend on his end to the season. Because, like, if we get a little bit rubbish for a little while, that would be the problem. You don't want to invest money in a player that isn't quite of the level. Can watch Leeds on that. Can watch Leeds on what? Did you try and post a link and it didn't send? Is my thinking. Dortmund, second best player in the league, and he didn't play much. Although, to be fair, he's doing really well. So he might have to become a starter at some point soon. Yeah, if you tried to send a link, it won't have worked, so send it as, like, words, using, like, a dot as a word, so something, space, dot, something. No, last message before. I didn't see the last message before. KG, not a strong advocate of Rothwell. Don't know how to phrase it. Okay. There is a side of YouTube, and a side of any fan base, that I would find it hard to... First row spot. Okay, cool. That's all good. I think it's because it wasn't in link format that it worked. But yeah, there's a side of Leeds YouTube in the same way that there is a side of any fan base that isn't a strong advocate of anybody. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. There is a general side of Leeds YouTube that doesn't do being a strong advocate of people. That will primarily look for the wrong and the things that aren't working. And, like, let's be honest here. We are, and I will say it again, top of the league. And we would be top of the league comfortably if it weren't for the mistakes in net. And a hell of a lot of that comes from the midfield. So whilst a lot of what we're seeing in midfield isn't the most exciting stuff, it's stuff that works. It's really effective. And at the moment, that's what we need to be. We just need to be effective enough to go up. So whilst, like, yeah, there's arguments that... Why is that happening? Sorry, something's gone a little bit broken. Okay, weird. But yeah, it's a case of the reason I personally lean in the positive direction is because I think we're far too good at being the opposite. As a fan base, we've got to be honest with ourselves and say that we spend a hell of a lot of the time going, yeah, but we won't get promoted because X, Y, Z. When in reality, we're a pretty fucking good team. And I would happily take any of this team in the Premier League. Purely based on the fact that they are a significant part of going up this season. Being that good this season does not mean you'll be bad next season. Seemed to me like the... Sorry, come on, buds. Sorry, I'm just going to get through other comments first. Afternoon, mate, watch all your lives. Oh, thank you. I'm usually at work and it really helps pass my days. Thanks for all you do, matching them together. Oh, thank you, AJ. Yeah, I'm going to try and do a few more in daytime streams as things go on. I may struggle for a while to do Tuesdays because of a very, very big work thing that I'm doing that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about. But I'm going to try and get more daytimey streams done, just because it's just nice to do. Regardless of those mistakes, we're still better off than last season, and points wise better than we were under Bielsa. Yeah, we're heading in the right direction, regardless. And I think quality-wise we're looking really good. But if what Zach is saying, with it seems to me like KG's point was asking price was high given age, contract terms, etc. I've not seen specifically what KG has said, so I'm going to let his argument sit as is. Personally, I would quite like us to sign Rothwell, because we know that he's got a hell of a lot of quality, but there'll be arguments on both sides that make sense. I'd say go for it. No worries, mate. I'm not often I'm here for the actual live, so I'm going to sit and chill. That's fair enough. If you want to hop in the chat a bit, then you can go ahead and do that. We're a welcoming group of lunatics, but a group of lunatics all the same. Right, James is only just back to full fitness, so I'm gonna let him play this one. Largy. I'm gonna play Bar on that wing, and I'm gonna put in Clem, because we're gonna rotate a bit. Because this isn't one of those where, like, we desperately need to go to the next stage of the FA Cup. You know, I'm not arsed. James stays in. Peru stays in. Gotta be rotational. Farkas' reasons for not signing in January surely partly applies to August. How do you mean? I think we'll do more signings in August just because we will have a lot of stuff to do. 7.5 type for Rothwell, I think 4 or 5 is a good price, everyone won't be sad if we get him for the quote price. Yeah, I think 7.5 is on the high side. But that doesn't mean that's going to be the number that we go with. Like, there'll be room for negotiations behind that, I feel. And I'll be honest, yeah, 7.5 I wouldn't complain too much about. Just because we know that, like, he's a decent player that fits well in the system. If he continues to do what he's doing, which is playing to a real damn good standard, absolutely go for it. But it varies a bit. But as you all know, I'm not very often in KG's streams to see what his opinions actually are, so I'm trusting you guys with the perspectives. Primarily because every time I've disagreed in the past, it's been like, nope, purged. And it's like, oh, good, okay, we're doing this again. How did it go with the American last time? Which 10 minutes? 1, Canadian. 2, went good. Yeah, nice little chat. Talked a bit about work bits afterwards. Yeah, it was good. I do like those streams because they're nice and relaxing. Not sure who KG is, unfortunately. Just another Leedsy YouTuber. Mainly just squareballing yourself with my sources. I am genuinely honoured and shocked to be continued to be considered as amongst that list, because they are vastly better at content than me. One sec. Cool, that'll do. I don't think any of our league rivals are playing in the championship today, which is very good. But nothing has happened in this first half. Which again, I don't mind too much. Which tells me that things are being very, very chill and we don't need to worry. Especially in a game that I'm not that arsed about winning anyway. So let's go out for the second half. Let's stay positive. Let's stay attacking. If we score, we score. If we lose, we lose. Because it's the 5th round of the FA Cup. I'm not that arsed. Farkas Loans explained as if something was wrong with them, so that problem is applicable to January and the August windows. I think it's more a case of you'd rather play your permanent players because you know for a fact they're going to be here next season. Or at least you know for a fact that their future is within your hands rather than another club. So, like, in theory, Rothwell or Solomon could leave in the summer to go back to their clubs and never come back. Like, we could have all the will in the world to make a move for them and chuck in a bid, but in theory, if Solomon, for example, if Spurs don't want to have that conversation, there's nothing that we can do. So in that case, I completely get being in the position of, okay, let's just focus on, like, the main players here. The ones that are here permanently. Like, I get that. I think folks, at least speaking for myself, appreciate the level-headed approach of yours and yours. Hey, thank you. It's the most professional given the results and experience, but the new much more. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the thing. Like, it's always fan-level conversation that you're most likely to get, because, like, that's what you think. And that's why a lot of people like watching watch-alongs, because it's like, oh, they're gonna think what I think. This is what I'm like when I watch a game. And that's why I don't like doing watch-alongs, because whenever I've done a watch along in the past, it's felt weirdly like intrusive in a way, where it's like, no, I like to chill when I'm watching a game of football, and people will want me to be angry and screaming at the telly, but that's not me. Your opinion if we draw tonight, is that good enough? I would rather we win, but yeah, probably, to be honest with you. Like, across the length of a season, you're going to drop points to sides. And I think... Ah, Brendan. And I think dropping a couple of points to a Coventry side that's won the last 4 on the trot, including against Blackburn, that's fine. Like, a draw against those is not a bad result. It would be ideal if we didn't. Like, I would love to see the aggression from the performance that we've been seeing recently, like, come through in that match as well. But it's one of those where if it doesn't, I'm not that bothered. Like, it will be okay. I think it's why when you took off the view for that short period, it was seamless. A lot of that was... I've not told Jer this. So if he's doing that thing where he watches an FM stream in the background, no, you didn't hear this. But I spent like 2 or 3 hours a couple of days before I did my first one of those, just watching like older ones of Jer's videos back to make sure I was getting the pacing and the edits and the format and the structure and everything right, because I was spooked that if I did anything wrong, there would be a significant chunk of the people that watch Jer's stuff and not my stuff would go, who the hell is this guy? So I was very much like, okay, this is where we research our absolute asses off and desperately hope that it all works out. And it did in the end, and I was very happy with that. If we don't win, I'm excited to see the meltdown from our fan base. Always a laugh. Yeah, this is why, because what I used to do with my YouTube comments is I would... Oh, don't let them faff. There we go. What I used to do with the YouTube comments is I would always either, on every single one, leave a heart or a reply. Just to be like, yep, I'm Abdullah. Bah! Just so I would see everything. And like be able to prove that I was seeing everything. And then the Melier streamer did happen, and there was various stuff in there that was like threats of violence and things, and I was like, I don't want to engage with that right now. So, whilst for the most part, most comments I will read everything, and most comments I will either reply to or I will like. But there's a few where, like, I don't know. It's like the chaotic few made sure that I am significantly less likely to reply and respond to everything, because it became a bit of a toxic hole for a while, and I was like, I don't want to go in there. That's not the vibe that we particularly enjoy around these parts. We got one more sub available, right? We got Nelson Viper available. We got Jaden Bogle. Right, Turgoman, you can play on the flank. Abdullah Bar is exhausted, so I'm going to put Viper up top. No, I can't do that, can I? I thought I got an extra sub because it was extra time. Apparently not. Okay. Beal's broken. But, yeah. That's why I will now not necessarily reply to everything, or, like everything, because it's significantly easier to not wade into. And then, like, there were a couple of times where I'd like a thing, and it would be a thing where it's, like, mostly a real good comment, but someone would say something that is, like, I don't want to touch that conversation, but if I like it, then it looks like I'm taking one opinion on that, and then if I don't like it, then people go, what are you doing? So I just leave it. Because I taught myself that that can sometimes be the healthier way of doing things. Rothwell shoots! Oh, decent stop. Rothwell, back post, Rodon. Left you a radical comment on your 8-minute vlog this morning. I didn't hear anything back. I've not checked the comments from this morning yet, because I did a bit of work, then streamed, and then had a meeting, then did a bit more work, and then it was now. so I've not had a chance to check the comments on that one yet. But I will get to it. At the very least, have a look, and if it's a stupid take, then God knows, I might comment, I might not. We'll find out. There's the pigeon. I like watching you because you're a bit different to most on the platform. Calm-headed, which I like. What, if anything, would make you lose your cool and be angry about Leeds? I don't know. I think the things that have properly, like... Okay, I've worked it on phrasing it. So, when it comes to football stuff, if things go bad, I don't typically get angry. I'm more likely to get sad. Oh, what a header. So, for example, in the playoff final, I wasn't angry at any point because I was just sort of sat there, and then the final whistle goes, and I was just sat in Wembley for a few minutes just being sad. And that was okay, because like that's the way that I feel after like football matches and stuff. I think the reason that I drift towards sad rather than angry is because I understand how much effort goes into everything on a football pitch. So I understand how much... It's like why I couldn't be angry at Melier is because he's not trying to chuck the ball into the back of his net. I can be upset and I can be sad because we've dropped points in a really stupid way. But I'm never in a spot where I'm actively angry at him because there's no point being angry at someone who is trying to do the right thing. Because all you teach someone in that instance is don't try to do the right thing because that got people angry at you last time. Either don't try at all or try to do something different, which if they've tried to do the right thing is now the wrong thing. So the only times I've been actually angry at football or specific footballers is, and it's going to be a very, very specific example that I pull up, but it's going to be like the example. Kiko Casilla, right? And this isn't me referring to the playoffs mistake, because that was a stupid mistake. That was a boneheaded error. And I watched it back on the Leeds 101 stream earlier. But that was dense. That was bad. The thing that annoys me about Kiko Casilla, oh, fuck, City in the draw. Yeah, the thing that annoyed me more about Kiko Casilla was the fact that he was real racist, and the sort of route that he used to say that it was fine was, yeah, I didn't know the most famous racist term, like, on the planet. Yes, you did. So not only did you do something that was morally abhorrent, but you feigned ignorance in order to have an excuse. That's the things that get me more angry in football terms. It's when intentions go from positive to negative. When someone is actively meaning to be a bad influence or do bad things. That's where the difference is for me. So in terms of stuff that gets me actually angry at football, not much. And it's very rarely what happens on the pitch. Another one. Pre-season a couple of years ago was... I swear I sent you on a language course before. Pre-season a couple of years ago was John McGinn. When he just flew through Archie Gray. And it was genuinely disgusting. And obviously that's not got a good intention behind it. Because I don't know how you have a good intention behind it when you are just straight snapping a child. It's, yeah. For me, getting mad at football is about intention rather than about outcome. And I don't feel there's particular benefits to getting mad at someone that's got the right intentions. Because that would just be stupid. Because all you're doing is punishing someone that means well, and then that means that next time they won't mean well, because you've taught them the wrong thing. Does tippy-tappy sideways backwards float your boat? I will be honest, I prefer the aggressive transitional football. But what matters a little bit more at the minute isn't the style, it's the results. It's the getting the points. So if we gotta go through a couple of seasons of the tippy-tappy over, sideways and under on a magic carpet ride a whole new world stuff, then fine. If that gets us the results that we need to get promoted, then I will absolutely take it for now. In the long term, it would be good to see us do the more attacking stuff, but next season's going to be defensive. We know this. Next season is going to be, let's get promoted. And do whatever we can. Not get promoted, stay promoted. And do whatever we can to remain there. And I think that's where the change is. Yeah, let's leave a bunch of people of it available for the youth side. Hey, what's the compensation on that one? 155k. Jesus. Hello, Max. How you doing? Other than incredibly warm. I think a lot of the anger from football fans stems from the envy and jealousy of how much money they earn. Maybe there's a little bit of that. But I think a lot of it is... in a way, like, reveals the, like, right to be a bit tribalistic. It makes someone feel like they are safe and comfortable in being more aggressive, in being more angry. And it leads to more vigorous perspectives on things, I'd say. Which, like, I understand. And, like, same. Because in a football ground, I am not the same person as I am outside a football ground. It's just, once you're not in the heat of the crowd and the heat of the moment, how you change your response to that. Because if you come out of a football stadium still incredibly angry at someone because of something that happened on a football pitch that at the end of the day will not affect you, that's where you need to have a little bit of a think and go, am I responding to this in the right manner? And if the answer is no, stop responding like that. Because it doesn't help anybody. I'm Sonic. We're going to play Turgoman on the wing for a game because I kind of want to see how that goes. Not Clement Grove. Let's do... Matt O'Reilly's still lying dead on the floor because of course he is. So we'll do that. Guy Lavogui will come out. And Strauch is going to stay in because Kevison's tired. You think football keeps on revolving and 4-4-2 will come back in vogue? It will at some point. Like, there was a period in the past couple of years where 4-4-2 was looking like it was making its way back in. We got a couple more subs that we can add to the bench. What a treat! Okay, so Schmidt will put towards top defensive. This is a very defensive bench. But most of my attacking options are injured. I'll put a Dinger on the bench with the intention of him not playing. And I'll hope. I thought they played more of a 4-3-3. Hello, Danny. Yeah, 4-4-2 will come back eventually. Watching Mr. Mags playing cricket on the Xbox whilst pottering on the YouTube. Very nice. I can imagine the first minutes inside Ellen Road and Juliel's you shit bastard are obviously. Like, you gotta get involved. You gotta dive in. I think eventually football become less about formation and more about player quality. I think it's going the opposite direction. I think we're getting to the point where the most important signing for a football club is not going to be any of the players. The most important signing for a football club is going to be the manager. And we've seen it with like Bielsa coming in. Bielsa coming to Leeds was the most important signing we will potentially ever make. Because it was such a big move, considering where we were. Right, Luton have won again. Bristol City have won again, which is fun. Moyes at Evan, another one. Yeah. Player quality is exactly the same. Same players. It's just using them right. Spearheaded what successful have we now? Yeah. Ramazani Aronson. There we go. Hello, LSY Gaming 12 LUFC. The name. It did spearhead this current success. We wouldn't have had what we have now without hiring Bielsa. Seems ridiculous, some even questioning Parker is off the league with hindsight. What reservations do you have with him, if ever? It's the same as most sane people's reservations. It's the subs thing. It's the question of the way that he makes changes, does that work as effectively in the Premier League? And Jesus, Joel. 2-0 after 5 minutes. Who the fuck is Daniel Farker? We can do 7. But it's the subs thing, I think. That's the main concern, in my opinion. That is, if anything is going to cause issues, it's going to be that. I'm going to put Turgeman on the inside, purely because I think it makes more sense, and I hadn't thought about that until now. And I'm going to make him a shadow striker, I think. Ha ha ha, push them together. Do you play FC25 or any FC or not? I'm in a weird cycle, right, where I do for the start of every game cycle, and I just drift away from it. I don't have the time to keep up with it at the minute. It's the same with Fantasy League. So every single year, Fantasy League will roll around and I will go, cool, I will pay more attention to the Premier League this season, and I will do well. And then it comes to it, and I'm like, right, I need to do a live stream here, I need to do a pre-recorded video here, then at some point I need to do that, and then I've also got work on top of that. So it all becomes very, like, stacked up, and I just lose track. Sorry, I thought Kanaseki caught that ball. Did you just drop it? You twat. Do you think it's because he wants to make subs in extra time, so it has a set time schedule based on the game state? I think it's minutes management. So if a player knows that they are going to play for 70 minutes, then they know exactly what they need to be doing in terms of like energy output, in terms of putting in the effort for those 70 minutes. So you're going to get everything that you need from them, rather than they think they're playing 90, so they hold something back, and then you bring them off early. And I quite like that, because it means players can approach it better, and also you're doing better at avoiding injuries. Like, occasionally it feels like it might be a little bit too static, but... Oh, Peru. But for me it's static in an understandable way. You can clearly see the reasoning behind it. Handles injuries badly. I don't know how I feel about it. I think he's been fairly decent in handling injuries this season. I think he's learned well from last season. So with specifically mentioning, like, we had issues with Strout last season, that is him learning the lesson, and will very much be doing a little bit cleverer from next season onwards. I've not seen sorted as a phrasing for beating on the dribble, but you know what? I like it. I respect it. Corners at both ends of the pitch, yeah, but then again, if you can focus on corners or open play, I'm focusing on open. Hero! I'm focusing on open play every day of the week. Piru is just pissing his way to this golden boot, isn't he? Holy. What's the point of Cardiff? Like, why do you exist? Got return on an Evo for my Leeds past and present in FC25. Very nice. I think the last thing I did on FC25 was I did that really expensive Rafinha SBC at the start of the game. And that was it. I played a couple of games with it and I was like, eh. Okay, okay. Well dealt with. Don't know about what Conor Bradley was doing, but that's fine. It does. Sorted has a wonderful little joie de vivre. Piru shoots. Oh, you couldn't have made it 5, could you? I think we have the 4 best wingers and 4 best centre mids in the league. I think every single one of our wingers gets into every single one of the other teams in the division. Without question, for me. That's gone. Central midfield, probably the same. Like, maybe there's some specific cases where, like, Luffy would potentially keep a Aguero out because they do relatively similar things. But why are we not dealing with that? Oh, shit. But we're definitely up there. Same for our fullbacks. Our fullbacks get into every single side that we have played against. Maybe not the ones that are stylistically like we must be the most defensive, bland team on the planet and that is the way that we will be forever. But they'd improve them in terms of the level and quality. I'm going to whack on a Dingra for a bit, give him a few minutes. He's better on the right though, so we'll do that. Is he better on the right? I'm convinced he is. The injury's not helped him, has it? Then again, rule of thumb, injuries don't help people. Well done, Joe. Yeah, we'll make a bunch of subs. Ah, thank you, LSY Gaming. You got to give me something that's a little bit easier to say than LSY Gaming 12 LUFC, though. A certain je ne sais quoi, you say. Oh, ho, ho. I'm not sure on Gilavogi. You get most teams, probably. That's because there is some dross in this league. Like, it's not a good division. LZ Gaming. Oh. I will try and remember that. If I don't, you get to shout at me. I think all our Leeds content creators say Leeds have the best 4 wingers in the league. Surely that's biased. The way I've phrased it instead is that I think after Marcus Edwards has come in, I think we got 4 of the best 6. That's the way I'm going to put that. Edwards came in, becomes part of that. Boyer Science is the other one. But I don't think you can show me any team that our wingers don't get into. Because they're just very, very good. Like, we have the best wide players at the moment, and it's great. Where's Dewsbury Hall? He was signed by Chelsea, and is he still there, or did he leave on loan? I don't know. Yeah, he's still there, but they've done very little with him. Let's have a look. He's 5'8". What a little hobbit. Let's see if Piru is on for the Golden Boot. Oh, he's on for the Golden Boot by a margin. You could stop now and he'd get it. Dewsbury Hall has a grand total of 135 Premier League minutes. So he's not quite having the impact that he will have wanted to have. I should have gone for him in the 10. I don't think so. I don't think they would have released him. Especially since he feels... Because a lot of the top 60 sides that have lots and lots of players available to loan out, for the most part, will... Excuse you? Sorry, on a free transfer? Well, obviously we'll try and sign you on a free transfer. Okay. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Scouts. I appreciate that. I've forgotten where we were. Yeah, the top 6 sides that have lots and lots of players to loan out will only do so if there's a guarantee of playing time. And a lot of the times, we won't be doing the guarantees of playing time. So, bit of a problem. Also, apparently we said that we'd be playing Connor Bradley as a right wing-back. We don't play with wing-backs, so no, I'm not going to be doing that, because you can't recall him now, can you? Yeah, silly bastards. Don't know what it is about Piri, but every picture of him makes me laugh. I kind of get what you mean. Like, he looks a bit... I don't even know. Squishy? Maybe not, but you're getting over Aronson eventually. That's the confusing thing, though, because they do very different things. Dewsbury Hall, great passer of the ball. Great at goal scoring. But does he press in the same way? We've got our youth candidates. Hello, youth candidates. Hello, Phil Reed. Akel Mills. Emerson Fickling. Hello, friends. It's a good intake, this. Right, you get a contract? Yes, you do. This is the part where we just sort of throw money at children and we hope that they want to continue to play football for us. Which would be nice. Well, Emerson Royal should really be named. What's Emerson Fickling? Yeah, it's a banger. Weirdly, he doesn't play as a left winger. Instead, he's just a left midfielder, which is bizarre. But look at the physicals already. But you get a contract. And Erica Fusu, you get a contract. And let's be honest, I'm just going to give all of these people contracts. Because we need a youth team. So, welcome on in, children. In this case, literal children. So it feels weird saying that, but fuck it. Wait, did he want an actual contract? I clicked through that, not really paying attention. I'll also offer you one. So that gives us centre mid, but also 10/striker, centre mid, left winger, goalkeeper, centre back, centre mid, but also centre back. I mean, come on, we got to sign John Bamford. You can't not sign John Bamford. Who else is in a position that we don't really have? Connor Armstrong, yeah. Anyone else got a fun name? Livesy Ainsworth feels like the kind of guy that is the villain in a World War II film. So I'm having him. Leeds will be without 3 of their players in the forthcoming championship match against QPR on the 23rd of March due to international duty. Connor Bradley, Pascal Strout, Gilly Grove. Do you wish to request a postponement? I'm going to say no. I'm going to stick with it. Wait, am I? No, I'm going to stick with it. Don't postpone the match. Because none of those are particularly important first team starters. Ryan Kent. No, no Ryan Kent. Oh, hang on. Record number of wins. The current record is 28 wins. I reckon we can do it. How did we do in the 23-24 season? We got 27 wins last season. Okay. And this season we're at 18. So, I mean, 10 more wins and we match it. If we win 10 out of the 16, it's not super likely because it's quite tough, but I know only Leeds Bros are here, or were here. But why you gotta be messaging? I don't know. Okay, I think this will be the last match of the stream. Adingra has got a call up, for fuck's sake. Okay, Adingra is one that might have actually played, so that could be a problem. Right, what are we doing? I'll let it quick pick, and then I'll make any changes based on what I need to do. I'm getting a quick phone call, so I'll be a minute. Okay, never mind that. It's going to be a shorter stream than planned. Kayla is now very, very nearly home. So I'm going to nip off nowish. Which means we're going to head back. We are going to save the game. We're going to head over to the Just Chatting stream. And I'm going to have to nip off. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, pop a like on the stream. That's always much appreciated. It helps it get pushed out to more people. Subscribe if you're not yet. You could even be a channel member if you fancy. And, yeah. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. And sorry for the abrupt ending, but it's fine. Toodaloo.